Yo guys, it's your boy Arj, and oh my days, are we seeing some incredible turn of events right now. Who predicted that they would show this much footage of Gogeta versus BROLY almost just literally a couple days after showing us that huge new music video with all of those new scenes? What is going on at Toei? They are literally doing some very interesting marketing here, showing us a lot of new footage. But yeah, as promised, I'm now gonna break down what's going on in this trailer, this incredible trailer. If you've not seen, I've also posted it up in 60 frames per second, as well as trailer 4 in 60 frames per second. If you don't know what 60 frames per second anime looks like, go and check that out, and make sure your 60 frames per second is turned on. Right, it's not shown here, but you know what I mean. It's in the settings. Click 60 frames per second and go watch that. But yeah, let's get into this trailer. Well, teaser trailer, whatever. It's Gogeta versus BROLY. Let's get right into it. So, no music. I don't want to get copyright on that thing. As we know straight away, it's Gogeta. Yeah, well done. He's in base form. We know from the movie he's going to fight in base, Super Saiyan form, and then Super Saiyan Blue. So, Super Saiyan God, that is being skipped over. The only change we have here in terms of design from the original Gogeta is that these things are now yellow instead of orange. I mean, the reason why, not sure, probably just to bring it in line with Gotenks or something, but you know, it goes on. So it looks, I don't know what that text means, it probably means, you know, return of Gogeta, something like that. It carries on, and then we have this scene of Super Saiyan BROLY coming at the screen. Now, what is this about? It's because Gogeta only appears after BROLY becomes a Super Saiyan. What happens is Frieza kills Paragus, and as a result, BROLY then transforms into a Super Saiyan. Now, when that happens, Goku and Vegeta in blue form are unable to do anything to BROLY. They literally get their ass handed to them. They get beaten down, so much to the fact that Goku literally runs away. He forces Vegeta to run away. They use instant transmission and arrive at Piccolo's area where he's meditating. So BROLY's basically left in his Super Saiyan form to beat on Frieza, who turns golden form, but that's not enough, and he gets beat down as well, as you expect. And that's when Gogeta arrives in the nick of time in base form and literally is able to save Frieza from death. So he arrives in base form. He seems, yeah, he doesn't stay in base form very long. He just blocks an attack or he does something, not too much, and then he transforms into Super Saiyan. Now, what we've got confirmation is that Super Saiyan form of Gogeta is equal to Super Saiyan form of BROLY. Now, that's really weird, because how can the Super Saiyan Blue form of Goku and Vegeta be weaker than Super Saiyan form of Gogeta? They need to explain that. I'll make a video on that as well, because I think there's some huge inconsistencies here in terms of power scaling. But yeah, Super Saiyan Gogeta is here, and he's at the same level as Super Saiyan BROLY. He attacks with all these brand new moves. I don't know what they are. They're not ones used in, obviously, Fusion Reborn. These are all new, brand new moves. This one actually resembles something BROLY uses in the last trailer as well, when he does that cluster attack. So we see BROLY get embodied by all of these beams of light. And then we see BROLY do a move that's similar to what Ultra Instinct Goku did back when he was fighting Jiren. He creates some sort of force field of energy, similar to Android 17 as well. And yeah, he manages to block all these attacks. And then we have footage of Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. Now, Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta only arrives after BROLY turns into the legendary Super Saiyan form. So everyone's been asking a lot. So at what point does he turn into a legendary Super Saiyan form? He does that while he's fighting Super Saiyan Gogeta. He finds out that he needs to up his power. As we know, BROLY's power keeps increasing all throughout the movie. Eventually he reaches legendary form, and that's when even that form is too much for Super Saiyan Gogeta, so he pumps it up to blue, and that's when we have Blue Gogeta. And as we can see, Gogeta is finding it easy to beat BROLY. So this is when basically he's going to be like a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan moment. He's going to be beating the hell out of BROLY, winning while BROLY is basically, you know, angry as hell, trying to do anything. You can see Gogeta smiling here, throwing these cool animations, man. Look at these animations. Look how the balls of energy are like floating in the air, curling up and all sorts. This is oh, this is just incredible to see. In 60 frames per second, you can see all of this, how all of this movement is amplified. Is awesome. Now, this is an important scene, actually, because if you see here, it looks as though BROLY is already trying to block someone else's attack. Now, who else could this be? It could be a number of people. It's most likely going to be Golden Frieza, because he's also at the scene. Why he would be doing that? Well, there are reasons, obviously, because previous to this moment that Gogeta stepped in, as I said, Golden Frieza was getting beat down almost to death by BROLY. And at the end of the day, Frieza hates monkeys and he hates these Saiyans. So he would have probably attacked BROLY at some point. He's probably doing a barrage of attack in a maniacal way, trying to like kill BROLY. But obviously Broly's just blocking it. And then Gogeta, I don't know, he's attacking from behind. Not really Saiyan like, but he's doing it. So that could be happening. It could also be Piccolo perhaps, but it's unlikely. I don't think Piccolo will jump in, considering he was meditating the entire time. So if he blows up BROLY from behind, bitch move, but you know, and he carries on the attack, it seems. Another one of these like barrages of moves, these blue beams coming from Gogeta. We never really saw that back in Fusion Reborn. This reminds me of Android 17's attacks. And then we see this key of Gogeta, and it is all sorts of colors. What in the hell is this? This is like Super Saiyan Blue, but then all these like red auras that come around. This is like similar to like when we used to think Ultra Instinct had an offense form and a defensive form, and then the offense form had a red aura and stuff like that. This is some crazy shit going on here. He literally, as soon as he transforms into that, he just like comes in like a bullet and punches BROLY. This is like, look at that animation, look at that exaggeration. He goes right through him. It's going right through him. That's how powerful it is. Even BROLY is stretched out from that attack. It is ridiculous animation, to be honest. So this must be before he does that power up, because BROLY is coming back with attacks. And then we see a scene that just looks awesome, especially awesome in 60 frames per second. It reminds me of the Ultra Instinct scene when Goku slid on K-Fla's her beam, and then did the Kamehameha wave. Is that a throwback to that? It's awesome. It looks incredible. I don't know what he's riding on. It literally looks like he's like surfing or on a skateboard, but he's doing it. He gets past that beam, and then we see a new scene where we can see all of this exaggerated animation. It's incredible. I mean, some people are complaining that the animation isn't consistent. Like, you know, like quite obviously, some of these scenes just look completely different. This Gogeta here looks very different to the Gogeta we just saw in this previous scene, but it is awesome. It looks amazing. Look at this, man. Look at that emotion. This looks more like a face that you'd see BROLY make, but this is Gogeta in the flesh doing this, and this looks to be his final attack. Oh my god, man. Every single scene here could be a wallpaper. I've said that in so many videos, but the art in this film is incredible. To think that Dragon Ball would reach this level of fidelity, this level of just pure art and beauty, is incredible. But so that looks like a final move. I don't know what it is. I thought it was similar to what Trunks did to Cell when he returned back to the future. You know, when he did put his hands in the air and then he blew up with his ki, basically Cell to bits. I don't know if this is one of his final moves. We do know though, the final move on BROLY is actually going to be some sort of move that's similar to Kamehameha, like a galactic Kamehameha. I think that's what people are calling it, or galaxial Kamehameha, something like that. But that's when obviously BROLY survives. She like saves him. But yeah, that move, interesting. Probably just used at some point in the movie for just part of the fight scene. This explosion, I doubt that's related to that. This is probably nearer the time, because as you can see, if you look closely, the people down there is actually Whis, and that is actually Bulma there. I know the text is covering it, but I've seen the picture without the text. Yeah, and you can also see the capsule ship there. So that is Bulma there and Whis there. And so, considering the color scheme here of all his redness as well, and Whis being there, this is probably right after Whis intervenes with BROLY, or after BROLY goes after Whis. So yeah, that is the full teaser. And then obviously we have BROLY in Legends. You know, Legends is getting a lot of new characters. I think they've got like young Goku in there. They're getting Goku Black. I think they're getting different forms of Goku as well. Super Saiyan 2 Goku as well. They're adding a load of new characters. I think Bardock's coming as well. There's a lot of things coming to Dragon Ball Legends. So if you're into that game, they're adding BROLY, and you know for certain they're going to add Gogeta at some point as well. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this. What an insane trailer.